Hey guys, Game Prime here, and welcome back to Distant Nebula. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite systems of all time, the Nintendo 64, and a little bit about my personal collection for and stuff that I'm going to be doing to restoring some of my old 64 games, putting them back in boxes, and yeah, that's pretty much it, so let's get started. Alright, so if you guys have ever gone to like garage sales or flea markets and you just come by a bunch of like manuals or boxes and they're kind of all like this and they're flat and they're kind of ugly, well then, you know, if you put them together like this, they're okay. They're still kind of squished, but I'll show you guys how to kind of make it look really nice. So first of all, I gotta get Smash, so I'm gonna get my way all over to my 64 collection. Let's see, I got these nice little spine labels here that you could get to right here or below in the description. So I got Smash here. Try not to knock everything over. So we got Smash here. Put that right there. Alright, back in business. So, got Smash, I could just put it, you know, back in here very nicely. Fold it up, you see it kind of gets its shape back. I unfortunately don't have a manual for this. I probably had it once upon a time, I don't know what happened to it. But, so now you see, you know, the side's poking out a little bit, it's kind of, But even if you snap it in, so, that just came out. But, there are these amazing things that you could get either on eBay or on their website, retrogameprotection.com. I believe I said that right. You just fold them all together. This is what one looks like folded, because I've tried to do this video a couple times. So, got that right there. You take this bad boy, make sure, you know, you got it as nice as you could possibly get it. Some of these boxes are old and they do look a little ugly. You put that right in there. Make sure it fits over the clip there. Fold it all up just like a regular 64 box. Feel that nice snap. And there we go. We got a nice looking Smash 64 copy, better looking than what it was. And yeah, that's pretty much it for kind of getting things together. So let's see what else I got here that I could put together. I got an NES Metroid manual, I got a Mario 64 beat up manual, got a little Rareware insert for one of their games that might come in useful later on. I'll put that to the side. I have a Paper Mario manual. Funny story, I had a complete Paper Mario copy, my childhood copy of Paper Mario. That and a bunch of Nintendo Powers just randomly went missing a couple years ago. I have no clue if it got lost in like a storage unit. I don't know if it's just down at like a family member's basement or whatever. I have no clue where these couple games went. It was like that, it was Banjo-Kazooie, and I think that's it. But for whatever reason, I can't find it. But for whatever reason, I got the manual, so I got something. And then Zelda Majora's Mask manual. Once again, I don't ever remember having Zelda Majora's Mask complete, so I don't really know where this came from. Another one I don't remember having at all was DK64 complete, but I got some good news for this one, so we're gonna put this right alongside that Rareware insert there. Another beat up Mario 64 manual, a Donkey Kong Country original manual. Don't remember seeing the box for this one ever. Mario Bros. NES instruction booklet, never seen that. Got some good news here. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness manual and box. So let's go pick that one out. I know I have that right over here, right by Conquer and my Banjo games. That's nice. Not a bad copy. Could use some cleaning up, so maybe we'll go ahead and do that now. So if you guys ever need to clean a 64 game, everybody has their preferred method. I just like going for the normal rubbing alcohol, you know, either just grab a little bit of it, get it on a Q-tip or paper towel. I'll get a Q-tip now. I know a lot of people say don't use rubbing alcohol like on the inside. I've used it before and everything still works fine. But you know, you could just take it and get the little smudge marks off, whatever. You'll see there's a lot of dirt on these things. They 64 games get really dirty really quick, and then good thing for the Q-tips is like getting right alongside where the art is. You don't really want to touch the art because the paint will smudge from it, and then alongside where those labels go. But I'm gonna grab a paper towel, get the rest of that cleaned up. You don't need to completely soak the paper towel. I mean, do as you please. I only got a little bit there because I also want to make sure I don't, you know, F up the art. But get that. You could use your nail, get inside where like the creases here. See, a lot of dirt already came off of it. And this way you have a decently clean and nice copy. But there's nothing like feeling a a 64 game that hasn't been completely demolished, and it still has that like fresh plastic clean to it. That's the best. Get all along there, get the sides on the bottom. I'm more kind of worried about how it looks on the front than I do, you know, on the bottom. And for some reason this side of the cartridge seems to always get a little bit more dirtier. Same with the back. Just because, you know, a lot of people stack the games. That's probably a small reason why. Yeah, there's that. That's a little better than before. Definitely on this side. Oh god, I almost dropped it. Definitely on that side, a lot better than before. So, gonna dry this off and then we'll get this box put together. And I could tell already by just like feeling it, it feels a lot nicer. So, unfortunately, I don't really have any tricks or tips on preserving manuals or boxes from feeling grimy, but yeah. So everything's still in there, though it's not completely demolished, which is good news. Get that put together. Top's kind of messed up, but you know, what can I do? Got the manual, slip that right in there. Got the game newly preserved from the magic of rubbing alcohol. Pop that in, and then there's that. But if we go grab one of those magic 64 protectors, which I don't have many left, so I'm gonna need to buy more. So this is what it looks like, you know, unfolded. So you just go and pop it out a little bit. Don't want to push that all the way down because then it won't connect. There's a small satisfaction to building one of these things. Got that there. Get that ready. I like to put the games like this way so the fold's like where it actually is on an actual 64 box. So as you can see, I grabbed it and like it exploded almost. try your best to put the games back together as best you can, because then the protector box will do its job. And then boom, there we go. A decently nice looking copy of Legacy of Darkness. I don't remember a lot about this game. I know my mom played it a lot. It was kind of like a Ocarina of Time clone from what I remember hearing in the last couple years. Finally or no, not finally. Oh, wow. Got Mario Tennis here, one of my favorite 64 games. And then I believe, if I'm lucky enough, we got a very demolished manual. Oh man. So we're just gonna put that there. Fella's seen better days. There's that. And then this one, nothing's like popped out on the inside, so I'm gonna try and do that. I don't really. There we go. Just popped it right back out. We gotta do this side first. This side's folded all the way down. It's missing a tab. This box has certainly seen better days, but it still hits. It's still breathing. It's still better than before. And then I've also seen a video from Nintendo, who's another great YouTuber I love to watch. He did something with 64 boxes where it's like he ironed them and it got like all the creases out. So that's another really good tip you can do for preserving these. So I don't even know if that would like get this like crease out. It might, but not really sure. So I ain't even gonna show anymore. I'm just gonna go over here, grab Mario Tennis. There it is. It's actually not in too bad of shape. It's a little rough down here, so maybe I will. Looks like it had a sticker on it of some sort, so maybe I grabbed this from like a EB Games or a GameStop when I was little, or who knows. So let's go fix that up real quick. This one I'm only going to use a Q-tip on because it's not a lot that I gotta get rid of. That little spot right in between there, could get it with my nail maybe. Not really sure. That's kind of a, yeah, I got it. It's a really horrible place for dirt to be. Looks like lots in here too, so maybe I'll get a paper towel for that. Yeah, besides that, it's pretty clean. It's nothing's too borked about this copy. Got some markings on the side, got a little on the bottom. So yeah, fix that up a little bit. I'll just put it in the box now. First the manual, and then there's also like the regular 64 user instruction guides that go in here. I've never seen one of them in my life, probably. The manual's like half coming out. Slip the game right in there. Got that there. This side's like nearly coming out, so it's really hard, you know, without those protector cases, to have like a really good looking 64 collection. So it's a really cool thing to have, and they're very dirt cheap too. They're not expensive at all. I think I paid maybe $10 for a 10-pack. So if you have a lot of, you know, boxed 64 games, then it's definitely worth the couple dollars you'll spend to get a good chunk of them. And then the retro game store I go to, they put all their box 64 games in there already, so I don't even have to worry about putting my own on them. And I'll show you guys some of those in a second, but I won't completely go into them because it's kind of ridiculous opening a very mint copy of a 64 game without having deep anxiety on messing it up. So there we go. This tab's giving me a small pain. Can't like lift it up either. Oh boy. Right, well maybe I'll do this end first. See if that works. Oh. Yes, no, maybe so. Here we go. Get that folded. Clip that. Not too bad. It's a lot better looking in the case than it actually is, you know, outside of it. So there's that, and then the last one I got here is Namco Museum, and this is a little dusty. I thought I had the manual for this. Now this is one that doesn't have any inserts at all, so I don't even know how you go about getting something like that. That might have been like one of the white ones where it just goes, like, snaps in there. I'll put a picture right here, but it might just be one of those. So I could just, at least all the tabs and stuff together. I remember playing this game a little bit as a kid. I had Namco collections for a lot of my systems, like GameCube, 64, the plug-and-play ones that you'd get. Let's go over, find Namco Museum. This is probably as clean as it's gonna see. This is a kind of a game I don't really, you know, quote-unquote care about preserving, even though, you know, it's still a game in my collection. It's nothing, you know, too major like a Mario or a Banjo or a Zelda. So get that right there. This actually got put together pretty well. This is actually a decent 64 case. So there's that. Let me grab one more protector. That leaves me with one more. So glad I don't have a lot more to do. Boom. So yeah, I could obviously go and grab like a reproduction insert or an official insert if I want to, but it's Namco Museum. I don't really care. So actually, I just remembered I got that one last one for a special occasion. So we got these four built now, and I don't want to say specifically for the video, but very, you know, on the mind of wanting to preserve 64 games, I mentioned that I had this. I had this manual for DK64, and I don't ever remember having a box for it. And then I also have two copies of DK64, one that's on my 64 collection with the spine art and everything, and then one extra one, which is right here, and I believe this is my childhood copy of DK64 because it's a lot beat up compared to, you know, my other one. So it's time this gets a home. So I went on eBay, and for not a cheap price, by the way, I got this very nice DK64 box. No manual, no game, nothing. I paid around $65 for this. not my proudest purchase, but it's something I've always wanted, and I'm a huge Rareware fan. I have a lot of Rareware games in box for 64, and I've just always wanted to complete this game in specific, even though it has, in my opinion, DK64 hasn't aged incredibly well. It's, you know, not a game I go back to a lot, but it's just, it's a part of my childhood, and I want to have a complete copy. So, like, the box isn't too bad. I've seen worse ones go for a lot more than 65, so I'm just really happy to grab this. So, one of my biggest, like, questions is, how do you open, like, a 64 game without butchering, like, the middle of it, like, without creasing it here? I think I learned if you grab it or open it from the top here, then it shouldn't be too much of a problem, or just, like, push this down until this, like, the first lip, like, comes up. So that's what I'm doing here, and then I just want to get that one too. So there we go. That's always bugged me, and I have, even though this has a crease in the middle already, I didn't even realize that. I have a couple, wow, that's very tight. I have a couple 64 games that I got complete that I accidentally butchered that with, so I wasn't happy with that. So what the hell's going on in here? I guess this is how they came when the 64 released. I'm too young to remember, like, buying a brand new 64 game and opening it. I unfortunately don't have any memory of buying, like, a new 64 game and opening it. My first really memory was with the GameCube and getting, like, Smash Melee or Wario World, Sunshine, stuff like that. So I guess that's how the game goes in there. So let's do exactly that. DK64, you finally have a home. Get that in there. And DK64 manual, which has been stapled and pretty much beat to death. You finally have a home. But wait, don't forget that little Rareware insert that I mentioned before. I think this came with it, so if it doesn't, somebody let me know, I'll take it out. Just to make sure history is history and everything's preserved correctly. So that fits in there, but I did forget one thing, and I am an idiot for forgetting that. And now I gotta open this back up. So this game, as you can tell, came with the expansion pack for the 64. Now, I have an expansion pack on one of my 64s because I have two. I'm not sure what one it's on, but, you know, I use both, so. But it did come with something else. It came with the N64 expansion pack remover tool. So I went and I purchased that. And now I can't find it. And here it is. This little piece that just came with this is gonna return home in this box as well. It's in pretty good shape. I don't really mind whatever it goes. So I'm gonna guess it goes right in here, maybe? Sure, I'll put it right there. Not like I'm really ever gonna take this thing out, since I have another copy. And then I guess the expansion pack went, like, right in there, so whatever. Just gonna close that back up now. Very nice, complete, almost complete DK64. We're gonna use my final 64 protector for that. So I'm very happy to have this complete after all these years of never seeing that box in my life. There's a lot of other 64 games I would love to complete in the near future, like Zelda Ocarina of Time. I would love to have a complete Ocarina of Time collection, meaning like the collector's edition, the regular release, the player's hits release, you know, all that stuff. But that's gonna be a journey and a half to get to. So this is, you know, this is probably the best one that I've done out of all of these, where it, you know, can be pretty much presented. So there we go. This thing always gets caught. Always gets caught on here. There we go. Get that there. And that's that. That's a beautiful looking DK64 I got now. And that will go very, very well next to my other Rareware N64 games. So speaking of, now that I've created a mess over here, I just want to show you guys a couple other quick inbox 64 games I have that I think are really cool. First off, a complete Banjo-Kazooie that I got a couple years ago for Christmas from my local retro game store. This one I believe I butchered the the creasing on, but it's a beautiful copy. It comes with everything in it. And I love it, and as a big Banjo fan, this is something I cherish and I will forever cherish, along with a complete Banjo-Tooie. Now, I never had Banjo-Tooie in the case before. I've only had it loose, and so I got to look at the manual for the first time in my life, and it was really cool. But both copies are just pristine and probably will never be looked at for a long time, if not ever again. So another one that I had as a kid, and thanks to the magic of, you know, these protective cases, I was able to kind of save my Bad Fur Day box. Now, I still have Bad Fur Day out on my shelf just because I like to have it there. It's like my gem of my 64 collection. The box has seen better days, and I've never seen the manual. The manual is like $55 online, and yeah, I'm probably never gonna get a really nice box in case I get a lot of money someday and I just fork out for another copy of it. And then finally, let's see, I got a couple more I'll show you, but I'll only dive into two since the video is going on for a little while. I have Dr. Mario 64. I believe this has the manual and everything. Kind of scuffed, but not too bad. And then Yoshi's Story, which is probably the case from my collection when I was younger and I found all those crushed boxes. This is probably the one that got preserved the best. And this is really cool to have. I didn't think I would have kept, you know, the box or whatever for Yoshi's Story, but here it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it here. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy that DK64 can finally get, you know, completed. I just love 64 boxes. I've always been fascinated with them. So hopefully I could get a bigger and better collection going in the near future. Donkey Kong. Oh yes, real quick before I wrap things up. So, I now have a nice American version of DK64, but a few years ago, I also managed to pick up a Japanese version of DK64. Funny how I had this in box before the North American one, but I just thought this was pretty cool. I think this was like $25. Japanese 64 games just go for like super cheap, and for whatever reason, local game store I went to had this, and I was like, yeah, I gotta do it. So I'll show you guys what's in this a little bit. Funny enough, the Japanese boxes are just a little bit bigger than North American ones, so I couldn't put this in a protector, even though I would love to. But they're pretty much the same concept. I'm sorry. They are packaged a little, you know, differently. They have this nice plastic insert here. And notice this, I don't think this came with the Rumble pack, or the expansion pack. I know it has a thing here for the Rumble pack. So I don't know why this this version didn't come with it, because I know that you kind of need that game for it to play. So here is a Japanese DK64. As you can see, everything's in Japanese, obviously, but I do want to show you guys something real quick before I end here. So here's my shelf copy of DK64. So on the back, you could see that the little tabs for the 64 games are like this small. With the Japanese version, they're a lot bigger. Plus, this is gray. I didn't realize that. And like the whole bottom of the carts are different, and that's why if you go to put this in a North American N64, it's not going to work unless you modify it. I think it's easy to like saw out the little piece on the like cartridge receiver, I guess you would call it, in there. So, but yeah, just something cool I wanted to point out real quick. So get that put back in there. I don't think, you know, this had any place for an expansion pack or an expansion pack remover. So I really don't know what the story is there. If anybody knows, please let me know, because I'm very curious on that. And then DK64 Japanese manual, which I thought was really cool. It gives explanation to all the Kongs stuff. The manual, I think, is actually bigger than the North American one too. Yeah, it fits perfectly in that box. And then this was a little weird. It's like cardstock. It's not regular paper. That just has some of the controls for it, for like Diddy and stuff. So that was really weird. I just thought figured I'd show that to you guys, because I thought it was really cool. Oh god, I'm sorry for that sound. I thought it was really cool when I picked it up, and it kind of goes along with the theme of the episode, being that I finally got to complete my DK64 that I've had since childhood. Alright guys, that is going to be it for me this time. If you guys liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. If you guys have any, you know, tips or anything, or just want to tell me about your 64 collection, just tell me in the comments below. I'd love to read everything and reply back. 64 collection, or collecting, is something I kind of want to get into more, just as it's becoming more pricier to get a bunch of the pieces for it. So hopefully in the next couple years I'll have a nice inbox collection of 64 stuff. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. More Distant Nebula coming soon. More content coming soon. So thanks for watching. See you next time.